Hello fellow woodworkers, welcome to this week's edition of the Garage Workshop, and we're on another road trip this week. We're off to Maker Central. Roll the intro. So fellow woodworkers, we've made it to Maker Central, which is held every year at the National Exhibition Centre, the NEC in Birmingham in the UK. It's a show with lots of different aspects to it. It's woodworkers, DIY, but it's also people that make things. There's everything, crafting, fabrics, you name it. This year's show, as last year's, the star guest is Colin Furs, and from chatting to people walking into the show, he is without a doubt the biggest draw at the show, and he was very busy last year. If you saw my video, you'd have seen that. So for me, there are two reasons why I like to visit Maker Central. The first one, I get an opportunity to meet some of the YouTubers, woodworking YouTubers, that I'm sure some of you watch, who you would never normally get to see. Last year I was very fortunate. I met Stuart and Peter Millard and got some really good advice, so that's a good reason to come. The second reason is about the stands and things. You get to see a lot of the products you can't normally see in real life. So if you're thinking of purchasing something, you can probably come and see it at the show. Last year's lumberjack stand was really good. They had everything there, and hopefully it'll be the same this year. So we're nearly at the door now. Let's take a look inside and see what's going on. Okay, so not quite in yet, but I'm already starting with the Colin Furs update. I've just spoken to a group who have come here just to see Colin with their books, to get them signed. I think it's fantastic because, you know, he's a fantastic YouTuber. I follow his channel. I'm sure a load of you do, but to have somebody that draws so many people to an event, it's only really good for woodworking. It's good for YouTube in general. So if you ever get to see this video, Colin, well done. So as I said, Maker Central is held at the NEC in Birmingham in, I think it was hall number 2. A really big venue and very, very big compared to last year. So fellow woodworkers, just queuing up to get in. Hopefully you can hear me all right. Two really important things. The Maker Central is in the same hall as it was last year, which means it's maintained its size, and I'm getting here roughly the same time as I did last year, and I'm having to queue to get in, which I think is another really good thing. So let's get inside and start having a look around at the stands. Okay, we scanned. There's the Batmobile, and here's Maker Central. Okay, I'm just going to give you a quick tour and then we'll look at some of the stalls. So fellow woodworkers, I thought we'd engage in a game of where's the subscriber? If you see yourself at all, if you attended Maker Central, on any of the clips from me walking around, please let me know in the comments where I can find you. I'm sure one of you, if you were there, is seen somewhere. Okay, just to say straight off, it's way busier than last year, and I'm literally here. I'm here about 10 minutes later than last year, but a lot more stalls, but just a lot more people. It's really, really busy. And the other thing, of course, about Maker Central is a lot of the people here are just independent producers who often work from home and selling on Etsy and other storefronts like that, and there were a lot of them there this year. So I'm just going to pause the tool to show you this stand. Hopefully you can see it. What they've done this year is they put all of the YouTubers, sort of workshop YouTube makers, under one stand. Last year, Peter Millard, they all had their own stands, but they're all together under one place now. So let's go and see who's there and try and see if we can catch a chat with someone. So one of the other things about seeing the YouTube woodworkers is you get to see some of the things they make. And just on the floor down there, you can't really see it, is Peter Millard's little tote box that he made in a couple of his recent videos, which was absolutely fantastic to see, and really well built. So I managed to have two really good chats with Peter and Stuart. I couldn't do it on camera, unfortunately, but both of them were really, really generous with their time. So on the off chance they'll see this video, thanks very much. I had a really interesting discussion with them about sponsorship and the role sponsorship plays in channels, particularly when they're new channels. So thank you for both of those. I mentioned that a little bit more in my blog video at the end of the month. It's quite loud in here, so hopefully you can hear it. Let's carry on with the tour. So, second Colin check-up of the day. This is the main theatre, and this is all the people waiting for Colin. He's a very popular man. There he is. And chatting to some of his subscribers, and this is the first look at the Colin Furs queue. That's the back of the Colin Furs queue. So, pretty short queue by Colin standards, but he is on the main stage in a minute doing a speech. So I'm presuming everyone will stay in the queue positions, but there he is, posing for photos. Great man himself. And this is his shop. So this is the lumberjack stall, which featured last year in my video. And again, one of the good things about coming to Maker Central is you get to see all of the products up and running in real life, so you can see pretty much the whole range of lumberjack. This is quite interesting, a drum sander. I didn't actually know they made one of those. I'd love to have a drum sander, but I'm just going to give you a little bit of a look around because I know a lot of my viewers use lumberjack tools, so let's have a look on their stand. So as I just mentioned, one of the key things about going to Maker Central is the ability to see all of these products up front, especially a company like Lumberjack, a really good example, because obviously they're an online seller. I think they do have a shop. I mean, they're a local company to the NEC anyway. They're only based in Wolverhampton, and they pretty much had everything that is on their website you could see on the day. It was fantastic to see it all, and of course you can also see the quality and see if it's something you want to invest in. So for a decision, a tool making decision like that, it is definitely worth it. And they've raised their game this year, Lumberjack. They've had more equipment on there than they had last year. They had some like little demos and some little tutorials, so a really good chance to see all of their tools in action. And I didn't actually realize how big their range had got now. It is quite significant, and like I say, you know, I know a lot of you like me have got quite a lot of Lumberjack tools, or if you're buying a tool, they're the entry-level option. So one of the other things about Maker Central, this company we just walked past, Vectric, they were everywhere. I think they must have the killer sort of creation app for CNCs, because all the major companies, Axe Mixter, Trend, they all had them, all used the software. Just for the Stranger Things fans there, for some bizarre reason, they had the Sheriff's car from Stranger Things. And one of the things I really did notice this year was there were a lot of other sort of slightly outside edge things there, and things really that you wouldn't see at a traditional Maker show. And the other thing is there's Colin, again, just doing his speech. So I'm just going to walk you through the sort of remaining part of the show that you haven't seen yet. And again, more stalls than I remember, and like I said, some really niche sort of things, but overall really worth going in terms of size and stalls. And let's have a look at some of the stalls in particular that really caught my eye on my walk around. Okay, so one of the stands that I'm at is this one, which is Trend. I've just had a demonstration of CNC, which I'll put a little bit of footage on. But the reason why I like to come to shows and look at places like this is, as you can see, all of Trend's products are here. So you can see all the routers, you can see all of the kit, absolutely everything that they make, the dovetail jig. All of their stuff is here, so anything you're thinking of buying, you can come and see it in the flesh, see if you like it, decide if it's up for you. And like I said, a few of the tool manufacturers have got these stands where you can come and look at everything, but it's one of the main reasons I come to Maker Central. Just in case any of you watch down there, I think you can see her is Xyla Fxolin. I'll put a link to her channel. She does amazing things, very different to my channel, but really good. So this is the rest of the Trend stand that I showed you a minute ago, and like I said, you can see everything that Trend have got, all of their products. So if there's anything you are interested in, you can just come and test it out or have a look at it, see the quality of how it's manufactured. They've got a big stand here at Maker Central, they did have last year. So all of their products are here, they're doing demos of some of them, their jigs, their routers, everything. So one of the other cool things about Maker Central is the availability and the accessibility of people. You probably, hopefully, will have just seen a selfie I had with Xyla Fxolin. Again, I'll put a link in her channel. It is very very different to mine, but she was really generous with her time. I asked her some advice on making YouTube content. Obviously hers is very different, but just really super good ideas, and very keen to speak to people, which is fantastic. So have a look on her content if you haven't seen her before. They are amazing videos. So this is a new stand this year, Surrey Timbers, and they're sending packs of wood, hardwoods that you can use, spindle samples and different things like that. It does show you how expensive the wood are, which, as you know if you watch the channel, is one of my biggest moans. But they've got some really nice bowl blanks that I'm going to show you over there. So if you've got a lathe or anything like that, you can run it through. But some really nice wood in here. Let's have a look. Of course, the one thing you can't see from this video is the quality of the wood. I've never even seen some of these pieces of wood in real life before. The quality was absolutely amazing. You'll have to tell me in the comments though if this is a reasonable price or not. Everything seemed really expensive to me, but I don't use hardwood, so I wouldn't know if it's the going value, so let me know below. So this is quite a nice example. It's tamarind, a bowl blank, and that one it's £8.90, and obviously just the right size to cut a miniature bowl out of. So this is another stand that I wanted to visit, which I visited in last year's video, which is the Bessie stand. I've got a couple of Bessie stands, Bessie grips at home, which I bought recently, and I just want to compare them and see how expensive they are if you buy them at the show. So let's go check them out. Sadly, they haven't got the clamps that I was interested in, but they do have these, which is the guide rail clamps, and these are similar to the ones I bought on Temu recently. These are the ones I bought on Temu are an exact replica of this Bessie clamp. And interesting, the Bessie clamp is a lot heavier and also engineered in a lot different way. All of the metal on this is really thick, whereas my Temu one isn't. Now these clamps, the show price for these clamps, it's this one I'm looking at, is £30, and you can't buy these clamps on the internet for anywhere less than 35 that I've looked at. So it does show you that you can sometimes pick up bargains. Unfortunately, you haven't got the pipe clamps, which I've just bought Bessie ones, which I wanted to have a look at. But it is worth it if you come to a store like this, in a show like this, and you know you want to buy something. It's worth checking it out. For a Colin Furze time check. Let's see where he's up to.
It's just been a really weird effect of going the business route growing the team and whatnot. And there is part of me that kind of wishes me I
So, still on the stage. He's with some other content creators, but that's an hour he's been on the stage now. Shadow Frame is another one I was interested in seeing. They've got a really big stand here. I'm seeing it lots and lots in YouTube videos at the moment, Shadow Frame. I haven't used it. If any of you have used it, let me know in the comments if it's any good. I've certainly got some things I could do with using it. But again, everything you need to see is here. And the last stall I was really interested in seeing this year is the Axminster Tools one. They've got a very big stall actually with lots of different parts on it. I'm a bit of a shame there aren't more tools on it. They've got some CNC stuff on it, but I'll give you a quick little flick around here. But a lot of Axminster tools are available obviously on their online site, but I'll just show you some of the things they've got. So this is their equivalent of the pocket hole jig, their own version. Router table, their little router table. I think this set is actually, it's just the table at the top, I think. To be fair, I think Axminster had pretty much every tool there. They just didn't have any of their power tools, which I was a bit surprised about because you know, it would have been a good opportunity to see them. They had this guy though who was doing sort of hollowing shelving out using a grinder. It was amazing, really talented, and some of his finished work, which is on the pictures and was displayed around the stand, was just outstanding. I did think, I'd love to have a go at that, but then I just thought about all the comments I would likely get if I start attacking a piece of wood with a grinder. But definitely good to watch and a really lovely piece in the end. I have our last Colin Furze queue update. It starts there. It's getting bigger, the queue. Still going. Still going. Still going. There's the end of the queue. No Colin. It's a Colin no-show. So, I've just left Maker Central 2024, and I just wanted to give you my opinion on what I thought about it. It's definitely bigger than last year. It felt bigger, felt busier than last year. The stands were very different as well this year. There was a big focus on CNC, as I think there was last year, but a lot more focus on 3D printers and laser cutters. You do have to bear in mind this is not a woodworking show, it's a maker show, so there is a variety. Lots of other stalls there, lots of sponsor stalls there like HelloFresh and companies like that, and lots of things like drones and other types of things. But I really enjoy going to the stands that I've hopefully highlighted in the video, and I got to see some woodworking YouTubers who I've got a lot of time for, and they were very generous with their time, so overall well worth going. And obviously if you're interested, it runs roughly this week every year, so Maker Central 2025 should run about this time next year. So hope you've enjoyed the video, fellow woodworkers. Thank you so much for watching. If it's your first time at the Garage Workshop, please can I ask you to subscribe, like and comment. If you are a regular viewer, can I also ask you to like and comment. I'll catch you on next week's edition of the Garage Workshop. Take care, fellow woodworkers.